Hey, Matt Alive here. Bet you didn't know I was going to be in another movie. Oh, hell, who am I kidding? Of course you did. I won't shut up about it. So the movie's called Fur, and it's brought to you by the great people over at Film Trash Productions. And it's all about an animatronic bear who comes to life and starts killing. Ooh, gruesome. Our Indiegogo campaign is currently live through the end of February, and if you can help out, there are some great perks. They range from animal pets, signed copies of the Blu-ray, special thanks in the credits, your band's music in the film, and acting roles. You can even be killed. Ah, that sounds super fun. Check it out. Donate and share if you're able. The link to the Indiegogo campaign is down in the show description, and any help is very appreciated.
Well, they needed a jingle for their stupid little show, so they called up the Jasons and we said, fuck no. Then they called us again and they gave us $20 and we wrote them a song that said, your podcast sucks. Then they gave us more money and they asked us really nice and we finally gave in and we said, all right, I'll write you a song, but it's gonna be a clone of the Screeching Weasel song that we heard a while ago. So we wrote them a jingle and it sounded really rad. It was the best little jingle that their podcast ever had, but the file got corrupted and the email didn't work. Now they're stuck without a jingle singing our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. In a very non-copyright infringing sort of way.
All right, I want to talk about this contest. We're running this contest, and I'm gonna put something up on ourbrainshurt.com on the website where you could actually go there and submit your band. So what we're gonna do is have a create your band contest. We do the Mount Rushmore of punk rock all the time, and a lot of time people will kind of form a band. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a contest where you, the listeners, form your own punk band. And you could pick anywhere from, you have to have a guitarist, a drummer, and a singer and a bass player. So you have to have at least 3 members. You can't have any more than 5 members. And it could be, you're basically going to create your all-star punk rock band. And it could be anybody dead or alive. And you're also going to name your band because there's probably going to be doubles, I'm assuming. Just because even whenever we do the Mount Rushmore, there's a lot of people who pick the same people. So we might have a couple bands that are the same. So you're going to pick a name, you're going to name your band as well. And in the case of like 2 bands being the same, then it comes down to the name, which name people like. We're going to collect those the whole month of March. And then in April, we're going to have a contest. You can vote on your favorite band.
I'm just going to tell you what my band's name is right now.
You want to go through our name? You want to go through ours?
Well, not the whole band. I don't know who that's
Okay.
going to be, but I know what the band's name is going to be. Nobody else is stealing it from me. So it's on record, recorded.
Yeah.
My band's name is Trash Juice. The more punk rock name? No, there's not.
There's not, because I could taste it when you say it.
And Trash Juice, trash. Yeah, right.
I could smell it right now. When you say trash juice, I fucking smell it.
And Trash Juice is going to have a song called Garbage Pail Kids. I'm just saying.
Classic. That's awesome. So yeah, so the entire month of March is going to be up on the podcast. It's up right now on our website. Or you can email us at ourbrainshurt@gmail.com.
That's right. Somehow
Yeah.
that Gmail name wasn't taken.
That is crazy.
No, like there's no numbers at the end of that. It's just ourbrainshurt@gmail.com. Tell me how the fuck that wasn't taken.
Ourbrainshurt@gmail.com. Make the subject line contest and just list your band, like who you want in your band to play each instrument, to sing. And then if you can, like maybe make a little note next to the person, like what band they're from, in case it is from me. Matt knows anybody who's ever picked up an instrument since the dawn of man, but maybe just list what bands they're from.
I'm gonna have a really tough time picking a bassist now because I've been watching this YouTube channel, and I gotta look up the name because I can't remember it, and I feel like a complete asshole for not saying the name of this YouTube channel. But it's a bass teacher.
I've been watching this lately. I think
he's like a younger dude with a beard, and he's been doing a string of punk rock videos.
He's like a bigger guy, like kind of like,
I don't know if he's
stocky.
Yeah, he might be a little bit stocky. But he did
RKL recently.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a it's a fucking cool video. You know, they're
Yeah.
like short videos, they're like 15 minutes and goes through one song. But he actually just put one out. I saw it was either today or yesterday, doing a Real Big Fish
Oh no shit. Really?
song and the song Beer.
Yeah.
And at the start of the fucking video, he's like, okay, we got the Real Big Fish finally. We're gonna do beer. And he was like, and since the song's called Beer, well, I guess I better drink a fucking beer because it just makes sense. And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know what time it is where you guys are, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 11:30 a.m. here, and he just cracks the beer and he's like, let's
Fuck
do
yeah.
this. Yeah, I was like,
Hell yeah.
I like this guy even more now.
Yeah.
Let me.
He's good too. Like he's
Dude,
really good.
he's really good.
Yeah.
He was picking up like when he did the RKL video, like he would just like listen to Joe Raposo play like this
Yeah.
gnarly bass lick like once or twice, and then he'd just be playing it.
Joe's my bass player, by the way.
I mean, he might be mine too. How it's hard. It's
I'm having a dilemma with drummers.
although you know what, Joe might not be my bassist, even though I would feel bad about that. But you know who actually might be my bassist?
Who?
Bomber,
That's yeah.
because he wrote all those bass lines.
That's
Joe
true.
was just playing them.
That's true.
I mean, at least at first, I'm sure Joe wrote a bunch of his own bass lines, like because on fucking Riches to Rags, that's fucking Bomber didn't play on that album.
Right.
I don't think he wrote songs on that album either. He may have. I don't know.
Yeah. My drummer dilemma is Bomber or Bill Stevenson.
Yeah. Well, I guess God, Bomber is so good at the drums. He's so good at everything. That dude's like my new fucking punk rock hero.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And on top of that, like he's an amazing singer too.
A crazy singer.
Yeah.
Like good, like not punk rock good, like good.
I guess guitar wasn't his thing because
I guess
because Chris Rest played guitar in everything he ever did.
Yeah.
But what better fucking guitars could you fucking have?
Yeah.
All right, let me see this fucking. Okay, yeah. The YouTube channel is called Low End University.
Yeah.
And they have a punk rock series going on, and it's great. It is. It's really great.
Yep. Yeah.
The dude who does it's kind of he's kind of goofy, but he grows on you, and he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good.
And he drank a beer at 11:30 a.m. playing the Real Big Fish. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, you just went up a notch, bro.
All right, so the band name Trash Juice is off limits. All you
can't have it. It's mine, and this is on record now. If I hear the name Trash Juice out there somewhere, I'm coming for you.
So the winner, I'm still, we still have to kind of figure out prizes. But I think so. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a flyer. The top 4 bands are gonna be on the bill, so it'll be like the winner will be the headliner, and so forth down to third, second, first. And I'm gonna make a flyer, like a professional looking flyer, and it'll be like those 4 bands will be on there, and
Yeah, and I think we briefly talked about this before, but for anybody who wasn't listening to whatever episode that was, your band can either be 3 people, 4 people, or 5 people,
yes,
or 6 or 7, depending on what kind of band you want to make. Like, could you make like a Less Than Jake ska punk band, have a brass section? Sure, why not?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
but you got to know those people's names.
That's right.
You can't just be like that one guy from the Mad Caddies.
Yeah, you can't be like, well, I'm going to have Fat Mike play trumpet.
Well, because he doesn't play trumpet.
Right.
But El Jefe does.
He does.
You could have El Jefe as your trumpet player. And that wouldn't be a bad choice either.
Yep.
He'd be a good lead guitarist as well.
Yes.
Or singer even. Another guy who is ridiculously talented.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So check it out. ourbrainshurt.com. Email us at ourbrainshurt@gmail.com. And I'll be sending stuff out on social media and on and shit. So everybody's going to see it, but it's going to run the whole month of March, and we'll vote in April.
This is the sound of the finest Barre Fouat.
I could hear the exquisiteness. I'm drinking
Sounds like
this new founder, or not new, but new to me, Founders Porter.
how good is it?
It's very good.
Do you like that one better or the breakfast stout better?
The breakfast stout.
Breakfast stout better. What
Yeah.
about where does the blueberry bourbon barrel stout land on with those?
You know, when I first tasted it, it was really sweet to me, but then it became the greatest thing I ever put in my mouth, I think. Well, besides Mad Elf.
The blueberry would be number one out of those. The blueberry one?
I think so.
I mean, because the fucking the breakfast one is so good.
So good. Yeah. It's a class. It's great. It's great.
And like the breakfast one to me, there's one part of the breakfast one that kind of takes it down just the tiniest bit. And it's because it kind of tastes like an imperial stout. Which I don't really like imperial stouts as much, and imperial porters. Those tend to be generally my lesser, but they're still stouts and porters, and I still love. And that breakfast stout is still one of the best stouts I've ever had.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious about that vanilla porter one because I have a feeling that I'm really, really gonna like that one.
Yeah. So it's roasted coffee notes with graham cracker sweetness.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Graham cracker.
Yeah, graham cracker.
Coffee,
yeah.
graham cracker. Yeah, I have a feeling that I'm really, really gonna love that one.
But either way, I mean, coffee stouts are fucking delicious.
They're the best.
Yeah.
That's why we need an OBH Manton coffee.
Yeah, we will. Yes. Working on it.
Seriously though, what should we actually call that?
I don't know. I was thinking like, what if we incorporate Shakes Unalive in the name of it?
It could be the OBH.
I don't know how, but like
OBH the OBH Alive Coffee Shakes Stout.
Yeah.
That's the best of the putting those three words into a sentence that's just three words. I feel that's the way.
Shaken Alive.
Oh yeah, Shaken Alive Coffee Stout.
Yeah.
That works too. OBH Shaken Alive Coffee Stout.
That works. Well, I'm gonna have to. I go back to day shift in 1 week actually, so I'll see him, and we will chat.
Shaken Alive, yeah.
All right, random question I had for this episode. By the way, it's just Matt and I. If you haven't figured it out by now.
Wait, what?
Is Operation Ivy a ska band or a punk band?
Trick question. Lemmy is God. Yeah, I got you on that one. I mean, they're a ska punk band. I don't think they're either of those two. They'd be more punk to me.
Yes, correct.
Than they would be a ska band because, like, there's songs where they don't have ska in them. So by default, the punk is heavier than the ska is, as far as you know, the influence or whatever, the style.
Yeah, I remember there was an episode of Fat Mike's podcast where I forget who he had on, but he was asking like, what's the best ska band ever? And I think the dude said,
I mean,
I think he said,
it's got to be fucking, were they talking just punk? Or
they said Voodoo Glow Skulls, but he was like, no, he's like, it's Operation Ivy. And then I remember when we talked to
were they talking ska punk or like ska?
No, they're just ska. And when we talked to Ben Weasel, he was, even when I brought up Operation Ivy, because he was talking about Lookout Records and stuff, and I forget what we were talking about, but I brought up Operation Ivy, and he was like, well, they weren't even punk, they're a ska band. And I don't think they're a ska band.
I don't know.
I think they're a punk band with ska riffs.
Like the Toasters to me are a ska band. Like
right, exactly.
Pickle is a ska band.
Exactly.
Fucking
the Pie Tasters.
Pie Tasters are a ska band. Yes.
The Slackers, Hepcat.
Yeah.
Like those are ska bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, like Operation Ivy is a punk band with ska riffs.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because they play more punk than ska.
Yeah.
By default, they have songs that are just fucking punk. They don't have any songs that are just fucking ska, if I can think about it correctly. Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Maybe that one song, with the fucking Trump with the they have horns in that one song.
The one. What's the one song?
Big
that's like,
Town or
down, down, down,
no,
that
no
one might is
more,
probably all ska. Why can't I
no
think of the
more
name?
good town. Whatever. I don't know.
No more Bad Town, I believe.
Bad Town, yeah, Bad Town. But yeah, it always kind of bothered me. Like, and then I was listening to what made me think of this was the other day I was listening to No Effects actually has a Live and a Dive, just the ribbed album.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. And they play what's the fucking ska-ish song on that. I know how it goes, but I don't remember the name of the song.
The
But
Bare Fuad is fucking with my memory.
Yeah, and I remember on that album. What's that?
Too many tannins.
On that album, before they play that song, he says something along the lines of, "This is a ska song. I heard Operation Ivy, and I thought ska was really cool, so I wrote this song." And I'm just like, it's just because you go like enke, enke, enke on your guitar doesn't mean you're a ska band, you know? You know, like to me, ska has brass, and it's like slightly more upbeat than reggae. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah. I mean, reggae. Yeah. Reggae came out of ska. Somebody just decided to slow it down, and then you got reggae.
Yeah.
I don't know who's accredited with create the first person to do reggae. I don't know, because like Bob Marley started the ska movement. Maybe, well, he didn't.
Yeah, like those early Bob Marley albums are fucking rad.
But he like popularized it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he kind of started it. There was people I'm sure who did it before him, but it was all underground.
Right.
That early Bob Marley stuff is actually pretty fucking awesome.
So good.
It's my favorite Bob Marley.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I rocked that shit for.
Yeah. That one. You've got that old song called "One Cup of Coffee." That's fucking amazing from 1950s.
Yeah, it's good shit. Yeah, check out old Bob Marley if you never heard it.
If you never heard early Bob Marley, go listen. And we're not talking about the radio shit that you've heard a bajillion times.
No, yeah. If you haven't heard it, you haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Good. So we're both in agreement that Operation Ivy is punk rock and not ska.
Yeah. I mean, and then ska. I mean, I guess you could call them a ska band because it's in there. I guess. I mean, I guess I kind of understand that, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Either way, they're fucking rad.
If I had to pick the best punk rock album ever,
that one.
I would pick that one. I would pick their album.
Top 5 for sure. Like it's
definitely top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting a mention. Like
that's the only thing that shoots up to the very top of my mind when I think of best punk album ever.
There's only 2 albums really right off the top of my head that if somebody said to name my top 10 best like punk rock albums of all time, that and Strung Out, Suburban Teenage Wasteland.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Fucking, that's such a good fucking record. Oh my God. Amazing. Both of them are. Yeah. Those 2 are on there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I can't think of a second one for me that would rival the Op Ivy album.
Should we start doing stuff like that?
What?
Just like episodes where we're like, hey, fucking, we put together a list of our fucking top 10.
Yes.
Fucking albums.
Awesome. People love
time.
Lists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we should start doing that actually.
Every now and then. I feel like that's the thing people enjoy fucking listening to.
Also, reviews. I
enjoy doing it too.
People really like reviews.
Well, you can fuck your reviews out. I'm just kidding.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, we can review shit.
Yeah,
but you're gonna, out of me, you're not gonna get the review you're gonna fucking expect you're gonna be getting.
Well, it's same here.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, because it's just not really gonna be a review.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, part of it's gonna be the Bare Fuat talking.
The Bare Fuat
Porter.
So this is a bottle of wine we got for free. I guess technically it's Red's when a coworker of hers gave it to her. Like a gallon of fucking gas station
Oh,
wine. It's
It
not
does the job,
it's not good. Just
but it gets you there. That's
man,
all that
that's
matters.
it.
At the end of the day.
I'm mostly not a booze snob, like 99% not booze snob. Phew. But man, you got to draw the line somewhere.
My favorite cheap wine is the the with the from Australia with the fucking kangaroo.
Oh yeah, yep.
What is it
Yellowtail?
Yellowtail,
Yeah.
That was my go-to for a long time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cheap wine.
The Shiraz.
Yeah, yeah. The Yellowtail Shiraz. I remember my uncle used to bring a bottle of that to every Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
That was his joint too. I'm drinking some Yellowtail Shiraz.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad.
Yeah, there's worse wines in the world. There's a lot better wines in the world too, though.
Yeah. What have you been listening to lately? What have you been spinning?
Fucking I was listening to the Flatliners a bunch today.
Okay.
But because the reason I was listening to the Flatliners is because fucking Hot Water Music just dropped another single the other day. They've got 2 out now. They got a new album coming out this year. But both the singles, Chris from the Flatliners, he's like been a permanent member of their band since like 2020. He actually has lyrics and even lead vocals on both those songs. He only had vocals on one of the songs on the last album, but it was just his. But they're both fucking great. It's
Nice.
rad hearing like all 3 of those dudes like belting out lyrics together on a fucking song. Like
Yeah.
the 2 guys who have always sang for Hot Water, which is Chuck Reagan and fucking Chris Woolard. But you hear all 3 of their voices on both those songs. It's fucking cool.
Nice.
It's good. But it got me reminiscing about the Flatliners and how rad they used to be.
Yeah.
I'm not a super crazy fan of their newer stuff, but
Mhm.
their last record was pretty good.
Yeah.
But their old shit, it's just fucking,
Yeah, it's good shit.
it's so good. But yeah, what else? There's something else I was listening to the other, because
What's the name of the band
I've
from
been-
Richmond with the female singer that you would
Steel Boy. That's
Steel Boy? Okay.
yeah, shout out to my boy Sage, the drummer. But yeah, Steel Boy, they're a good band from Richmond, up and
Gotcha.
coming,
Yeah.
fucking lagwagony sounding with female vocals. Fucking, they're
Sweet.
great. They're great. They're really good live too. Definitely check them out. They only got like 3 songs on Spotify, but I think they got an album coming soon.
I've recently become obsessed with Scowl.
Scowl?
Yeah.
Is that
Ever hear them?
No, I don't think so.
Dude.
Maybe I have.
Kelly Dollyrod, I love you, but you might be second place to the singer of this.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, Scowl it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool too. The number that it's crazy that I see this number all the time. The 138 or 1138. I see them
Nice.
both.
For me, it's 444.
Yeah, which is weird because 138. We are 138. All that shit.
Yep.
But that's it. The Scowl. They have 138,000 monthly listeners.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I see the number fucking everywhere.
I sent her a text. I'm trying to get her on the show, but I know they're going to Europe like next week, so maybe this summer I'll try again. So
Yeah, got to check out Scowl.
they are fucking rad. Listen to Bloodhound, that song Bloodhound.
Mm.
They're awesome live. If you check out YouTube videos of them too, like good shit. Also, get your Blitzkid tickets. October 13th, Blitzkid, Crypt Keeper 5, Horrorwood Ending.
It's gonna be
Fucking
rad.
show. Yeah.
All 3 of those
yeah.
bands are fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Horrorwood. It's funny because Tom, I guess, heard he's kind of a few weeks behind on our episodes, but he listens to us whenever he walks. What's up, Tom? He's listening right now.
Tom.
But he was like, when I picked him up for band practice last week, he's like, Horrorwood Ending is fucking awesome. I'm like, yeah, they really are.
Yeah. They're super good.
Yeah.
Blitzkid. I think if I remember correctly, he even said it. Blitzkid was a huge influence
Yes,
of
and you could tell by
yeah.
listening.
Oh,
to
you
them.
can totally tell.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is
And
a fucking good thing because Blitzkid's fucking awesome. Like,
they're really good.
yeah.
And it's funny when I had because Johnny from Crypt Keeper 5 made the flyer, and he was like, "Hey, what else do you want to put on the flyer?" And I told him who the opening band was, Horrorwood Ending. He's like, "Oh, I love those guys." So shout out Horrorwood Ending.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Steel Boy, since you mentioned him, Sage, actually, their drummer, he hit me up earlier today and said fucking he just grabbed his tickets for that show.
Oh, for
Yeah,
Blitzkid?
he's
Oh, nice.
he's a huge Blitzkid fan.
Oh, awesome.
That's how I know him because back in the day, when Savage was like the first couple years when Savage first started getting going there and we started becoming popular, there was a local band around here called Scumboys, and
Yeah.
yeah, they had a cool little local following. We played with them a bunch. They were cool kids, man. They were like, you know, kids coming out of high school and stuff back
Yeah.
then. But they understood how to do it, and they had lost their drummer and picked up Sage, who lives down in Richmond. And I think I don't know if that was his first band or not. He might have been in a band before that, but he was pretty young back then too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played with him a bunch, and he was a big horror punk fan, so he had always, you know, told us back then that he fucking loved us and shit, and that was cool.
Nice.
And
yeah.
yeah, and fucking run into him in all these other bands now.
Yeah. Including Susie Moon, right?
Yeah, hooked him up with Susie, and they fucking loved him.
Yeah.
He's a rad drummer. Good dude too.
Yeah, if Susie took him on, he's got to be a rad drummer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, I wasn't just gonna throw fucking just anybody at you.
all right, I saw this post on social media and I answered it. I'm going to ask you this question. Is there a movie that you've seen that's so disturbing that you won't watch again?
Yeah, actually, yeah, there is.
What is it?
Probably not going to be the answer you think it's going to be either.
Okay.
Fucking Requiem for a Dream.
Okay.
That is
I haven't seen it.
Never watch it. never watch it. I literally got up and went and took a shower when the movie was over.
Really?
Yes.
Who's in that?
Fucking Jared Leto.
Okay.
Jennifer Connelly and fucking Marlon Wayans, and it is not a comedy.
Oh, yeah.
It is the farthest thing from it's like Marlon Wayans. It's like the only serious role he's ever done, to my knowledge, and he was really good at it too.
Okay.
But the movie's about they're fucking heroin addicts, and and it's a Darren Aronofsky movie, so it gets fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it is just it's the most dirty fucking just. Man, if they were trying to make people feel dirty and gross, they did it. They did an excellent job of that's what they were going for.
Damn.
Yeah, I watched it once. I'll never watch it again.
Yeah. For me, it's Kids. Remember that movie Kids from 1995?
I've seen Kids many times. Oof. Many.
I watched that once and I was like, I don't ever want to see this fucking movie again.
Yeah,
it's so disturbing.
Yeah, we used to watch that movie. We watched that movie a bunch back in the day.
Good on you, but I.
That's where Rosario Dawson got her start from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know how that shit happened?
No.
Fucking the producer was like driving through her fucking neighborhood in New York City, and saw her and her friends like acting out like they were playing in the street, like acting out like a. Something. I don't know if they were just playing around or if they had like a school thing they were practicing. And he saw him doing it and he fucking stopped the car and sat there and watched him for like 5 minutes.
Wow. And
then he pulled up further and said, "Hey, you come over here for a second." And he was like, "You're pretty good. I just saw you acting over there. You're pretty good. You want to roll in the movie?"
Wow.
Yeah. And she ended up in the movie. And that's how her career started. I know, crazy, right?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Couldn't do that nowadays. No, scam. Too many scam people,
Yeah.
Back then, before cell phones or whatever.
Yep.
Or at least, before cell phones were popular. That cell phones existed in the 90s. Just only rich people had them. And they were huge.
Are the Gimmies coming down to Richmond? Because they're coming to Silver Spring,
I don't
the Fillmore.
think so,
Okay.
but I haven't looked. Usually in this area, it's either in Maryland or it's in Virginia that you usually don't get both stops, or DC.
Right. Right.
But it's rarely DC anymore.
Yeah.
DC just doesn't have a place.
They don't have a place. It was
They
just
have
crazy.
the Black Cat, but like,
What happened? Why doesn't the 930 Club pick up these shows anymore?
oh, the 930 Club got too big for punk rock.
Really?
Yeah, they don't do punk rock anymore.
Because in the 90s, that was the
I know,
spot. Like,
I know.
well, and Capitol Ballroom. It was like 930 Club,
And-
Capitol Ballroom.
And the fucked up thing is, you know how they have the spot next to it and they recreated the fucking original 930 Club, like right behind the 930 Club?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just opened like fucking last fall or whatever.
Okay.
And that was supposed to be their like punk and metal spot because they still do metal, but not anywhere near as much as they were doing it
Yeah.
like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be their punk and metal spot, and then like the place gets booked out immediately for like more than a year, and it's all like
Wow.
fucking like bands like the Foo Fighters, and
Yeah.
it's like all a bunch of like big major label fucking rock bands. It's just kind of like, oh, come on.
Wow.
Like,
Damn.
yeah. So I don't know what 930, they got too into money.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess I can't fucking blame them, but like,
Yeah, it's wild in DC. Like this, it's either giant venues or tiny venues.
I know.
That's why we gotta get the whammy bar going.
Yeah, Miami. Fuck yeah, Miami bar. Rock and Roll Hotel was so great. It sucked.
Perfect.
That
It
place
was
got
perfect.
shut down,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That really sucks that place got shut down.
I'll never forget playing there. That was like one of the greatest. Our band had we not only did we had our own green room. It was
Yeah,
so
every
cool.
band had a green room at that place.
Yeah,
It was set
yeah.
up so fucking rad. Like the
Yeah,
second,
it was perfect.
when you went up to the second floor,
Mm-hmm.
all the merch was in the big, huge room that you walked
Yep.
into. And then if you go to the right, there was a hallway that went down to the right, and there was just doors all down the hallway. And
Yep.
each door was its own green room. Every band
Hell
got
yeah.
their own green room.
So cool.
And the
Yeah.
bathrooms were down there too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah.
Great. And then there was a fucking rooftop bar above that.
Yeah.
And there was a bar on the first floor too.
Yep. Booze as far as the eye could see.
No, I remember taking shots with all the dudes from the Flatliners on the
Nice.
rooftop bar. We saw the Flatliners play there, and fucking
Awesome.
me and a couple of my friends, a couple of the guys came up there and we were like, "Can we buy you shots?" And they were like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, we're not driving tonight."
Nice.
Yeah, so they sat down with us. I remember asking them questions. I was like, "So do you guys do a rotation?" And he was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally." He's like, "Tonight's our drinking night." He's like, "So thanks for the fucking shots."
Nice.
Yeah, they were fucking
Oh, yeah.
rad. They were cool as fuck.
That's awesome. Yeah, we played with Agent Orange.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that
Yeah.
show, like that coming up in like feeds
Yeah.
and shit.
That was fun.
Yeah, that had to have been rad.
Yeah, Mike Palm is like such a cool guy. The singer guitarist. I remember it, so they I don't know, I probably told this story on here before, but like when we got that show, you know, we got there early to load in and stuff, and I remember waiting outside for look, the one of the reasons I love being in punk rock and playing in a band, and if I play with a bigger band, I want to meet them and I want to talk to them.
Yeah,
That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I care about our set enough to play it well, but like my thing is like, I want to meet these fucking legends and like just fucking hang out with them.
yeah.
So yeah, so when they pulled up, like I remember I was hanging out outside and Mike was coming in. I was like, "Hey, you guys need help, you know, bringing stuff in?" He's like, "Yeah, man." And I helped him bring some amps in, and then we talked outside of the Rock and Roll Hotel for like an hour. And he was telling me about his kids, and like it was so weird. It was like he was so comfortable. It was almost like I've known him for years, and I had just met him. And he was telling me about like, because he had a daughter around the same age as my daughter, and he was talking about how she was getting bullied, and there was this fight, and blah blah blah. And like, he was just telling me all this. We just talked for like an hour, and it was really cool.
Huh.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't about anything cool. It was about like being like the
Yeah.
dad or whatever. But like those are the things that are so valuable, and like those memories are just, you know, I don't remember being on stage on night because I got so drunk after that conversation with Mike. I was wasted when I got on stage, and I barely remember being on stage. But I do remember hanging out with Mike beforehand, and it was fucking cool.
Just another reason why you say what you say. Punk
Yeah.
rockers are fucking, you know, they're accessible, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yep. Yeah. Thank God that we love punk rock.
You know, it's cool. It's cool when the people who you idolize, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
are cool. You know,
Yeah. Totally. Totally. Yeah.
I don't think you get that as much with other music genres.
No, there's no way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember bringing one of his guitar cabs, and he's like, hey, let's push it as close as we can get to the stage without hitting it. And these are like orange cabs, like that
Yeah.
brand orange. I was like, I'm not doing that with your fucking cabs. I don't want to fuck up your. He's like, who cares? And so we were playing bocce ball with like guitar cabs. Um, he was a wild dude, but it was fun. I will say I'm not a huge Agent Orange fan, but the song Bloodstains is one of my favorite punk songs of all time.
I haven't heard that song in years. I gotta go fucking
And I have the single.
I gotta go listen to it now as soon as we get off of here.
Yeah, you have to. It's so good.
It's been years.
It's definitely, it's got to be in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. So good. Anything else you got going on?
Getting down to about a week left in campaign for the movie that I'm gonna be in.
That's right.
They're getting close to their goal. We're getting close to our goal, if you will.
When does it end, the campaign?
February 20. This year's a leap year, right? So it'll be the 29th.
Yeah, 29th. So
it's through the end of February, I believe.
Thursday the 29th.
Might be the 28th, but I think it's the 29th.
Okay, cool.
We're getting real close to hitting our goal.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna get there. A crazy, fucked up, awesome, like bad horror flick. Purposefully, you know, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, those are the best kinds.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm in love with the fucking character I get to play in this movie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
When would you guys start shooting?
I believe we're shooting April 4th through the 14th.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get to be a redneck of sorts.
Hell yeah.
But a war redneck.
That's the best kind of redneck.
Yeah. Do you ever see those SNL skits where they had the puppets and Bill Hader had like the nom puppet? Yeah, think like that.
Bill Hader's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And this, I know this is like, these are like big words here, but he is the best Saturday Night Live cast member of all time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Of all time.
Those are gigantic words.
Those are gigantic words, but I'm not wrong.
Interesting. Wow. Bill Hader. Okay.
That is my favorite era of Saturday Night Live. And I grew up an avid watcher. Like I watched in the 80s all growing up, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah. 80s, 90s.
And I've watched all the old 70s stuff too. Like gone back and watched it all.
Wow.
Yeah. That is my favorite era, is like Bill Hader, Andy Samberg, Kristen Wiig, Jason Sudeikis, obviously Keenan. But around that time, that was a fantastic fucking era.
My favorite sketch from that era is "What's Up with That" with Keenan.
So good, dude. Jason Sudeikis with the fro and the tracksuit, like dancing in the background, and he like comes flying in the screen every time and like jumps out of the screen. It's so good.
And Bill Hader as Lindsey Buckingham never gets to say anything.
He always forgives him at the end. Yeah, it's so good.
I went through a phase where I would just watch those clips like on YouTube.
Dude,
it's so funny.
One of my all-time favorites. It's actually one of their fake commercials. It's for e-meth.
E-meth?
Yeah, like electronic meth. It's like, no, it's so good.
Like an e-cigarette.
Yeah, like an e-cigarette, but it's meth. Yeah, it's so good. Fucking what's her name? Kate McKinnon. She's another one of my.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, she's like, she's like, now mama can get that chunky white crunch anywhere. It's like, while grocery shopping, in a bathtub in the middle of the road, or face down in a big old tire. Yeah. It's so good.
That's so funny. I'm gonna look that up on YouTube when we get off. That's so funny.
E-Math and Aaron's List.
Aaron's List?
Yeah, like it's like Angie's List.
Oh, okay.
but it's Aaron's List. And they do like the commercial. Yeah, it's another fake commercial. Awesome. She's like, how do you get your prices lower than Angie's List, Aaron? And he's like, oh, my name's not Aaron. He's like, Aaron stands for, it's like an acronym. He's like, the North American, like, non-violent sex offenders registration. Yeah. It's so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, you have to watch that one too. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time because it kind of annoys me now. But tomorrow night, Shane Gillis is going to be hosting.
I know it's crazy that they're having him.
Yes,
I'll watch that episode. I haven't watched it in a couple years. I finally fell off of it because the current cast, I don't find any of the shit they're doing funny.
Yeah, it's
like at all hardly. The only shit that is hilarious is those 3 freaking white dudes that they hired who are writers who do the little like short video sketches. There's like a redheaded dude. I don't know if you've seen any of them.
I don't even know what that. Yeah,
I'll send you a video. It's fun. Okay. That's the only part that I really. Okay. It's fucking hilarious. Those dudes are fucking hilarious. But outside of those dudes, and Saturday Night Live gets that because they've been hitting those dudes hard. Like
yeah.
But yeah, I finally, after all these years, I know I knew people that were avid watchers that would, jump off of it. It's not funny anymore. I watched them all fall off. I finally fell off too.
Yeah. Shane Gillis does the best Donald Trump impersonation. I'm assuming they're going to have him do that tomorrow night in some capacity. But if you've never seen him do a Donald Trump impersonation,
oh yeah, I have many.
Yeah, it's it's so good.
It's hilarious that they have invited him to host.
I know, it's crazy. It's like it actually gives me like hope for like.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's hilarious. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, he was hired and then fired
before he even ever found one show.
Yeah. Because of an Asian joke he told
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, which is so I might actually watch that tomorrow night.
I won't watch it live, but I'll watch it all on YouTube. It's one of the things I watch on YouTube. Saturday Night Live has a fucking phenomenal YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like just hours of fucking videos. Nice. Yeah. And it's just sketches, right? It's awesome. Yeah.
What's the one sketch if you think about the history of Saturday Night Live, your history of watching it? What's the one when you think of Saturday Night Live? What's the one sketch that pops into your mind right away?
Chris Farley and the fucking van down by the river, Matt Foley. Yeah, that's the first one that pops in my head every time.
It's funny you say that because mine is Chris Farley with the Chippendales with fucking.
Yeah, it was a great one too.
Yeah, that's what pops.
You know, another one that always pops in my head is another Chris Farley thing. But it was just a dumb little sketch that he did that was short where he was El Nino.
This stands for the Nino.
Yeah, he's like for those of you who don't habla español, El Nino means the Nino. Yeah, that shit was so funny, always had me dying when I was.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also when he's the host of that talk show, he's like. And he was like, remember when you were in that one movie?
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. That era was one of my favorites as well. How could it not be? Yeah. Bill Hader, best cast member of all time.
What was the character Bill Hader used? He used to do like that club kid.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, oh, my God. I was just watching this the other day with Red. One of them, at least. There's a ton of those. Oh,
He like gives like club reviews.
yeah. Why can I not think of his stupid name? Oh my god.
Is a what the fuck is because I gotta look that up because it's a Stefan, isn't
Yeah,
it Stefan?
Stefan.
Stefan, yeah. But he is he is hilarious.
Even like a thing he did that's like it was in a sketch that was cut from TV, and it hit YouTube and it became super fucking famous because I don't know why they fucking cut it. It's cut for time one, but
Yeah.
it's the thing where he was like the Louisiana coal miner and with him and his fucking baby carrots.
I never saw that.
Oh god. It's just
I'll have
one
to look that
line.
up.
I'm not doing nothing over here. It's just me and my baby carrots. Shit is fucking hilarious. Oh shit, somebody at the party's got an air horn.
I heard that. That was the air horn. That's so funny. Shit. All right, man. I'm gonna
Yeah. With
get out of here.
the sound of the
Air horn, they blew it. It's time to go.
the sound of the fucking broom hitting the floor below means this party's over.